Most guys assume attracting women comes down to saying the right things, chasing a little harder, proving their value somehow. But honestly, it's basically the opposite. High-value men don't attract women because of what they do. They attract them because of what they refuse to put up with. They refuse to beg for attention, refuse to accept disrespect, refuse to trade away their self-respect just to win someone's approval. These are simple decisions, really, but they're what makes these guys stand out in a world where way too many people quietly settle for less than they actually deserve. So in this one, we're going through 6 things a high-value man never accepts, and why saying no to them naturally builds confidence, respect, and genuine attraction. The real kind, not the manufactured kind. Stick around till the end because honestly, the last point is the one that changes everything. 1. Refuse to beg for attention. Attention was never something you should have to earn by giving away your own self-respect. The second you start chasing someone's approval, you're quietly handing over control of your own emotions, and you barely even notice it happening. You start checking your phone way more than you should, overanalyzing short replies, wondering if you said the wrong thing, adjusting your whole behavior just to keep someone interested. That's exactly where confidence starts leaking out. A high-value man refuses to live like that because he understands something simple. Real interest never needs constant convincing. If she's genuinely enjoying your company, it'll show up in consistent actions, not in confusing signals that leave you second-guessing your own worth every single day. Your job was never to persuade someone into appreciating you. Your job is becoming a man whose time, attention, and energy actually carry real value. And that means building a life that doesn't grind to a halt just because one person starts pulling away. Go to the gym when you said you would. Keep learning. Stay focused on your work. Spend time around people who actually respect you. Keep the promises you make to yourself even, especially when nobody's watching. These small habits slowly rebuild exactly the confidence that begging for attention quietly destroys. And the more purpose your life has, the less room there is for that background anxiety. You stop waiting on messages because your day already has its own direction. You stop trying to impress because you're too busy actually improving. You stop over-explaining because your actions are already saying more than a long conversation ever could. This shift doesn't happen overnight, to be clear, but it starts the moment you decide your own peace matters more than someone's inconsistent attention. And that one decision changes how you carry yourself entirely. You speak with more confidence, you make decisions without that constant fear hovering, and you stop tolerating situations that leave you perpetually uncertain. And funnily enough, people often get more interested once they see your happiness isn't hinging on their approval, though. To be fair, that should never actually be your goal. The real win here is waking up every morning knowing your confidence comes from your own character, your discipline, your standards, not from someone else's opinion of you. That's the kind of strength nobody can take from you, because you built it yourself, one choice at a time. 2. Refuse to accept mixed signals. Confusion was never a solid foundation for anything healthy. When someone's words and their actions keep pointing in different directions, you don't need to turn into some detective trying to crack the mystery. You just need to actually pay attention to the pattern. A high-value man refuses to spend months hoping uncertainty magically resolves into clarity on its own. If she's actually interested, there's effort behind it. If she genuinely values your presence, there's consistency. That doesn't mean every single day needs to be flawless or that people never get busy, but real interest never leaves you stuck endlessly guessing. Too many men ignore their own gut instincts because they're scared of losing someone, so they keep making excuses, lowering their own standards, tolerating things that slowly chip away at their confidence. And every time you accept treatment that goes against what you actually value, you're teaching yourself that your own boundaries are optional. That habit doesn't stay contained either. It follows you everywhere. Soon, you're hesitating to speak up at work, tolerating disrespect from friends, settling for less across the board because you've grown comfortable living in uncertainty. A high-value man breaks that cycle by respecting his own standards first, before anything else. He asks himself something simple. Does this relationship actually bring peace, trust, mutual effort, or does it bring constant doubt and emotional exhaustion instead? If it's the second one, he doesn't waste years hoping the other person suddenly transforms. He accepts reality instead of chasing some fantasy version of it. That choice takes real courage, honestly, because walking away from uncertainty often feels harder than just staying stuck in it. But short-term discomfort here buys you long-term freedom. Every time you choose self-respect over confusion, you strengthen your own confidence a little more. You're proving to yourself your standards are actually real, not just something you say. Over time, your whole life shifts because you stop making decisions out of fear of being alone and start making them based on what actually aligns with your values, your goals, the future you're trying to build. That mindset naturally attracts healthier relationships too, because you stop rewarding inconsistency with endless patience and start rewarding honesty, effort, respect, stability instead. The bigger lesson here, peace was never supposed to be rare in your life. Protect your standards, and you're really protecting your future. Your confidence grows, and you become the kind of man who's respected simply because he respects himself first. 3. Refuse to explain your worth. A high-value man never wastes his time trying to convince someone he deserves respect, because real value shows up through consistent action, not through long speeches. The moment you start explaining why someone should appreciate you, you're quietly handing your confidence over to them instead of holding on to it yourself. You start listing everything you've done, every sacrifice made, every ounce of effort given, hoping they'll finally see what's standing right in front of them. But if someone keeps overlooking your effort anyway, one more explanation rarely changes a thing. Instead of burning energy trying to reshape someone else's perception of you, redirect that energy into becoming stronger in every part of your life. Build your career with real purpose. Improve your health through discipline. Keep promises to yourself even when there's nobody watching. Learn new skills. Build patience. Become genuinely dependable. These qualities speak for themselves honestly, long before your words ever get the chance to. Once your character becomes your real introduction, you stop needing permission to believe in yourself. If she keeps questioning your value, comparing you to other guys, or only notices you when you're actively proving yourself, treat that as information, not as a challenge to win. Don't argue. Don't defend yourself. Don't get pulled into endless conversations trying to earn a level of respect that should have already existed from the start. Calmly observe what's actually happening and make your decisions based on real actions instead of hopeful expectations. That protects your peace and keeps your judgment clear. Every relationship should be adding stability to your life, not constant pressure to perform for someone. The strongest response to being underestimated was never anger or endless debate. It's simply continuing on your own path without letting someone else's opinion define your future. And as you grow, your confidence tends to get quieter, honestly. You stop needing recognition to stay motivated, because your standards come from inside you now. You stop measuring your progress by compliments and start measuring it by discipline, integrity, consistency instead. That shift changes everything, because your identity is no longer built on outside approval. It's built on the promises you actually keep to yourself, the habits you repeat daily, and the quiet confidence that comes from just knowing who you are, even when someone else fails to notice it. 4. Refuse to ignore disrespect. Self-respect isn't something you just talk about occasionally. It's something you protect actively every single day through your actions. Every time you excuse repeated disrespect because you're scared of losing someone, you're quietly teaching yourself your own boundaries are negotiable. And that lesson doesn't stay contained to one relationship either. It bleeds outward. Before long, you're accepting treatment from friends, family, co-workers, even strangers that you'd never have tolerated before. A high-value man understands respect starts with the standards he's willing to hold on to even when holding them is uncomfortable. If she regularly dismisses your opinions, mocks your goals, breaks promises constantly, or only shows attention when it's convenient for her, don't rush into an argument or chase revenge. Stay calm. Watch the pattern, not isolated moments. Patterns reveal character far more honestly than any excuse ever will. Staying calm lets you actually think clearly, while emotional reactions tend to produce decisions you'll regret down the line. Your silence, your consistency, your willingness to just step away from an unhealthy situation. All of that demonstrates more real strength than endless conflict ever could. Protecting your own dignity was never an overreaction. It's a decision that shapes your entire future. Every boundary you actually enforce reminds you your time, energy, and peace genuinely have value. It also changes how other people treat you, because they can tell you're not willing to compromise your own principles just to avoid a little discomfort. Life gets lighter once you stop carrying relationships that repeatedly drain your confidence. Instead of pouring energy into fixing something that stays unhealthy no matter what you do, invest that energy into becoming stronger. Physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. Build a life that reflects your actual values instead of your fears. And as your standards rise, honestly, the quality of the people around you tends to rise right along with them, because you naturally start making room for relationships built on honesty, mutual respect, consistency. The real reward here was never proving someone wrong. It's building a life where your peace is protected, your confidence grows through discipline, and your self-respect stays something nobody can take from you, because you simply refuse to trade it away for temporary attention. 5. Refuse to depend on validation. One of the biggest shifts in a man's life happens the moment he stops outsourcing his own value to other people's opinions. It usually starts quietly too. You notice yourself waiting on compliments, hoping someone appreciates the effort you put in, wondering if you're enough because one person's attention shifted, and before long, your entire mood is rising and falling based purely on how someone responds to you. That's a genuinely dangerous place to live, because it hands complete control of your peace over to someone else. A high-value man refuses to build his confidence on top of something he can't actually control. He understands approval comes and goes, Opinions shift constantly, and people usually see the world through their own experiences, not through the actual truth of who he is. If she pulls away or her attention shifts, he doesn't let that one event define his entire identity. Instead, he asks himself a better question altogether. Am I becoming the man I promised myself I'd become? That single question changes everything, because it shifts the whole focus away from chasing approval and toward actually building character instead. Every day turns into a chance to improve, rather than some search for reassurance. You start keeping small promises to yourself. Waking up when you actually plan to. Finishing hard tasks even once motivation's completely gone. Training your body because strength demands consistency. Reading, learning, sharpening your skills because your future deserves some real preparation. Getting financially responsible because freedom's built through smart decisions, not luck. None of these habits need applause. They run on discipline instead. And over time, something genuinely remarkable happens. Your confidence becomes steady instead of fragile. It stops spiking because someone praised you, stops crashing because someone overlooked you. It becomes rooted in the actual evidence you're building through your daily actions instead. That quiet confidence changes how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you make decisions. You stop trying to impress everyone because you're too busy becoming someone you genuinely respect. And you get a lot better at spotting healthy relationships too, because you're no longer confusing attention with actual care. Instead of asking whether someone approves of you, you start asking whether the relationship's actually built on mutual respect, honesty, consistency, shared values. That one shift protects your time, your energy, your peace. It lets you walk away from situations that leave you constantly doubting yourself, not out of bitterness, but because you understand your worth was never up for negotiation. Life gets calmer once your confidence comes from inside you. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else, because your only real competition is who you were yesterday. You stop chasing constant reassurance, because your actions already provide all the proof you need. You stop letting temporary opinions shape permanent beliefs about who you are. The real freedom here is realizing your value exists before anyone even notices it. And the strongest man in any room is usually the one who no longer needs the room's approval to confirm his own worth. 6. Refuse to lose your purpose. The biggest mistake a man can make is letting one person become the entire center of his world. The moment your schedule, your goals, your habits, your peace start orbiting someone else's choices, you slowly drift away from the man you're actually capable of becoming. A high-value man never lets that happen, because he understands purpose has to come before comfort, always. Relationships can add real joy to your life, sure, but they should never replace your actual mission. If she enters your life, she should be walking beside a man who already knows where he's headed, not one who abandons his own direction the second he gets emotionally attached. This is exactly where so many men quietly lose themselves. They stop training because they'd rather spend every spare minute with her. They stop chasing their ambitions because their attention's consumed by conversations, uncertainty, waiting on the next reply. They slowly drift from their friends, neglect their health, let opportunities pass, postpone dreams that used to genuinely excite them. And then one day, they look up and don't recognize who they've become. Their confidence fades because it was built on someone else's presence instead of their own discipline. That's exactly why your purpose has to remain the top priority, regardless of who walks in or out of your life. Wake up with actual intention. Build your body, because strength takes commitment. Build your finances, because freedom creates real choices. Build your knowledge, because wisdom protects you from bad decisions. Build your character, because that's honestly the one investment that never loses value. Every day you choose progress over distraction, you're reinforcing your own identity a little more. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes another brick in the foundation of your confidence. If she supports your growth, genuinely appreciate that. If she keeps distracting you from becoming who you're trying to become, pay close attention to what that's actually telling you. A healthy relationship encourages growth. It never demands you abandon it. Never trade away your future just to keep someone comfortable in the present. Short-term approval is never worth long-term regret. There'll always be people who misread your discipline, question your priorities, or expect you to lower your standards just to keep them happy. Stay calm and keep moving forward anyway. You don't owe them an argument. You don't need anyone's permission to pursue the life you actually want. Let your actions speak through consistency. Let your own progress answer every doubt. Real confidence gets built quietly, honestly, over months and years, through repeated choices nobody's applauding you for in the beginning. As your purpose sharpens, something remarkable happens. You get a lot less distracted by temporary situations because your attention's locked onto something bigger. You stop making emotional decisions that pull you off track. You stop measuring success by whether someone sticks around and start measuring it by whether you're becoming stronger, wiser, healthier, more disciplined than you were yesterday. That mindset changes everything, honestly. How you approach relationships, your career, your health, your friendships, every challenge that shows up. You stop panicking when circumstances shift because your direction hasn't changed. Your peace stops depending on someone else's choices because your purpose gives you stability every single day on its own. The real reward here was never proving your value to somebody else. It's becoming a man who respects himself deeply enough that he never abandons his mission for temporary attention, temporary comfort, temporary emotion. When purpose leads your life, confidence just follows naturally behind it. Respect grows out of your actions, and the future becomes something you actually build with intention, instead of something you just sit around waiting for. That's the kind of life that's genuinely hard to shake, because it's built on discipline, patience, responsibility, and the daily decision to keep becoming the strongest version of yourself.